What's up, Hard Knocks fans, and what's up, all you Raiders fans?
Yeah.
We are back for our episode 4 review of Hard Knocks. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yeah.
I love that. I told you every episode, I love it when he does that. And you know what? They even featured that in this episode.
Oh my
They made
God.
a joke of it.
Yeah.
Like they did a remix, like a song.
They just
parody
cut up all his different meetings that he was in. And
I love that. I
was
want that
awesome.
song. I want to download it on iTunes.
It? Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
You love it or you like it. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yeah.
They showed all these cuts of him saying all these crazy things. Don't hold jerseys. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yeah, dude. He literally said that about every little thing. And it was funny. I like it.
It's addicting, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using it in my everyday life.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, a lot of Jon Gruden in this episode, man.
Yes, we saw him featured a lot.
And why not? It's Jon fucking Gruden. Every time I see him on screen, I just start laughing because he just is pissed off all the time.
You see his faces?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He doesn't even got to say anything.
He doesn't.
And he cracks me up.
Man.
Oh, I love it when the preseason game that they did in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Man, he was so pissed off about the whole situation. He gets off the bus and they start talking about maybe even canceling this game.
Yeah.
Green Bay,
Yeah.
maybe they're thinking we're not going to play, and because they fucked up the goalposts.
Yeah, so apparently in Canada, they have their goalposts like right in the middle of the end zone. And so what they had to do is they had to move it back, and when they filled that spot, it just didn't fill properly. And so apparently Oakland was fine. Oakland's like, yeah, we're going to play.
Gruden said, I don't give a shit. We're playing football.
Yeah.
We didn't come all this way not to play football.
But Green Bay's doctors came out and looked at it and said, we don't feel comfortable. We're afraid that they might hurt themselves. Player might step and hurt.
And now, there's two sides of it. There's one side of me like that thinks like Gruden, like,
fuck it.
fucking man up and let's play
Do
football.
it.
But on the other end, you don't want any injuries to your guys.
No, because
somebody gets into that hole or that little dig, they could hurt themselves.
Yeah, you plant or you cut and you try to stop and that ground doesn't, that's bad.
So they made the field shorter, right?
Yes.
It was 80-yard field, and Jon Gruden, he was just so fucking pissed. And I loved how he was getting into it with the referees.
Oh, he was a smart ass to him. Like, help me explain this to him. Like, God. He was just kind of giving it to him. And I feel bad for the refs, but they were taking it. They're laughing about it. They knew. They knew. But
you know,
it sucks.
But Jon Gruden, man, he's really getting into the thick of it here in training camp because we're close to cutting it down to the final 53-man roster, right?
Yes.
And he's got to find the backup quarterback, and he's probably going to cut the other guy. So the job between Nathan Peterman and Glennon. Now, it was last episode, Glennon looked okay. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Now, going into this preseason Week 3 game versus Green Bay, it was Nathan Peterman who shined, and Glennon, he did so bad. They pulled his ass.
He only threw 9 attempts, and then Gruden said, "Give me Peterman." He called him Nate because he calls him Nate.
Yeah.
Nate! He started screaming.
Nate! That's what I do. Yeah. Sean! He's like right next to me.
I'm like, I'm here.
But Nathan Peterman came in, and he threw 23 for 37, 210 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Yeah. They were down going into halftime.
21-10.
Gruden was fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
Everyone needed to step up. Luke Wilson, he needed to step up in that game because he had a terrible first half. And also, the guy who they featured in this episode, someone new this season, was Jason Kabenda.
Kabenda, yes.
The linebacker.
Dude, and apparently, so the interesting story is he was on the team last year.
Yeah.
And he was cut.
He was undrafted.
Yeah.
And then he was cut, right?
Yeah, he was cut from the 53-man roster at the beginning of the season, but they re-signed him on
midway through the season.
Midway. I'm not sure why. They didn't say why. But yeah, he re-signed and he was with the team all the rest of the year, and now he's still fighting for a roster spot this season.
Now, here's the thing about Kabenda. Like, when they first started doing practice, right, early in the episode, he was messing up. He kept missing tackles. He wasn't making plays, and he was pissing off the coaches. Yeah. But then as practice progressed, he got way better. He started making the plays.
You know, what's funny is in the preseason game, that was the same case.
First half, he wasn't doing shit.
Horrible.
Second half, boom, he starts turning it on.
Yeah.
So there's like a theme with him.
Yeah.
Early on, he's figuring things out. Second half, later, as the game keeps going, as practice keeps going, he turns it on.
What I do like about him, either way, when he was doing bad and good, he was very vocal.
Yeah,
he's very vocal about it. He manned up. That's me. And when he was doing good, he was calling out plays. I love that. You need that as a linebacker because that's pretty much the guy calling audibles. So love that about him. Even when he was doing bad, he was very vocal.
The best thing about Jason Kabenda is his mother. She was awesome,
loving life.
Her and Jon Gruden were the highlights of this episode.
Yes,
when he called her up, he Skyped her, right?
Yeah.
And he told his mother that she's going to be going on this trip with him to the Winnipeg, and she started screaming. She's very, very excited and happy to be traveling anywhere. Yep. And then when they get to Winnipeg, she's doing the sightseeing and she's taking pictures with some random things like a statue. I don't know what that was.
What that statue was? That was kind of weird looking.
She was such a joy to watch because you could tell she's so proud of her son. She's so happy to be even in Winnipeg in Canada,
and she's enjoying the journey with him as much as he probably is. You know,
she was watching along with in the game, and she was like, she's trying to be very positive. She was talking with some women.
I'm guessing another probably players' parents or family or friends.
So I love Jason Cabetta's mother. She was so awesome. Yeah. She's such a sweet lady.
She was calling it out too, like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's not good. And then when he did good in the second half, she was getting all pumped. Yeah, it was just awesome to see.
Yeah, we also look, again to Luke Wilson. He's from Canada.
Yes,
he got to play in Canada. First half, he was playing like shit. Second half, he was doing okay.
They didn't really feature him in the second half.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't see him that much.
He had a couple plays, I guess.
Yeah, but you know what I realized is I made this comment to you is because when they shrunk down the field to 80 yards, I think everybody pretty much knows that because they saw it this past weekend. They shrunk it down to 80 yards. They didn't play any of the starters. This was a dress rehearsal. This is game 3 of the preseason. You're supposed to see all the starters. They pulled all the starters at that point. No Derek Carr, no Antonio Brown, Aaron Rodgers on the other side, nothing.
They even left some guys back at Alameda or Napa.
But what I noticed and I caught is that they pulled the helmet of Darren Waller. Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. Which is the other tight end trying to make the team, which they featured him a little bit.
So what does that tell you?
That tells me that he more likely has a spot than Luke Wilson. Why is Luke Wilson having to play in this game? Does he have something to prove? Does he have a fight for this roster more than Darren Waller does?
I think they've seen enough from Darren Waller, and I think he's going to be guaranteed a spot.
I think
they're protecting him,
Yeah.
And now Kylan Daus.
Ooh.
This rookie continues to impress. They were showing him in this season early in the episode of this episode 4. Yep. He was talking to to one of his roommate, right?
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he's getting a lot of attention in the media. Mm-hmm. Jon Gruden was telling him and Winfro, you guys, I'm getting a lot of phone calls from y'all. Everyone's paying attention to these young guys on the Raiders, Winfro and Daus. Daus keeps making plays, man. In the second half, Jon Gruden's like, get all the guys out there who can make plays. Daus goes out there.
I wanted Daus. He said my name.
Dude, Daus made that one catch on the sideline.
Oh, tiptoe.
That jump ball that he took. He grabbed it and he kept his feet in bounds.
It was a very good a toe tapping sideline back shoulder catch. It was beautiful.
I love that. So Kylan Daus continues to impress.
I think he's going to be on that roster. I'm feeling more likely he's going to make it.
Hell yeah. Now, one guy that kind of pissed me off, he just rubbed me the wrong way, was that one moment that Derek Carr had with Marcel Aitman.
Aitman, yeah.
Dude. Or Ottman, however the fuck you say his name.
I think it's Aitman. I don't fucking know.
This dude pissed me off. I mean, he's in practice. He's not giving it his all. No. Jon Gruden chews him out. Derek Carr really chews him out. He's like, why are you not making the play? He's like, well, don't worry about it. In the game, I'll make that play. What?
Yeah, dude. First off, and this is something that we've all in any sport. They always tell you, and this is very important. You practice like you're going to play, right?
Exactly.
Now, you don't hit the players. You don't do all that, but you still run just as hard. You do everything you can to make every play possible in practice, just like you would do in a game. Because how are you going to go into a game and say, I'm going to do something different when you never did it in practice?
You can't do it in practice. What makes you think you're going to do it in the game?
Yeah.
That's just bullshit. That's all it is. Bullshit.
Was arguing.
Talking out your ass. Arguing with Derek Carr.
I'll make it. I'll do it. How?
Do it now.
I see it.
I mean, because you got to build that rapport with your quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can't trust you in practice, what makes you think he's going to trust you in a game-time situation? And Carr has told him, he's like, I don't want 99. I want 100.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. This guy, I don't see him like that. That just irks me. You can't play like that, man. Or can't practice like that. You can't. You're not going to make a team that way.
Oh, back to Darren Waller, though. We saw him continuing his keeping clean. Yes, he went to his 12-step program there in Napa.
Yeah, he said he's never been there, but he loves to go to every town he's in. He tries to go to a meeting there.
So good for him for keeping it up,
awesome.
Man. He was saying some people can do it by themselves. Other people, they need a team around him, and he's keeping to that. So good for him.
Yeah, and that's just awesome. The coaches love him. Love that he's doing that too. So,
and then to Antonio Brown, of course, we saw him early on in the episode, and he was adjusting to that new helmet. He didn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
He said it was giving him a headache. Right?
He said there was a bump on his head.
Yeah,
or something like that. So
and it was causing him a headache.
He's probably gonna have to go get a new helmet, but I think he'll get it figured out. What I liked about this with Antonio Brown, though, there's no drama. It was just him there, right there with his teammates. Nothing else.
It was about get him receiving love in this episode because we see him in this episode reading fan mail and getting that positive reinforcement, right?
Yes.
That affirmation. Mm-hmm. And then later on, towards the end of the episode, he visits that high school, De La Salle, whatever it was.
De La Salle? I don't know.
Something like that. But anyway, he showed up there, and man, the crowd loved it. He's embracing them, hugging them up.
Signing autographs.
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, and even the coaches, I think, or some of the school... people, they went up to him and said, "Hey, that's awesome that you did that." He's like, "Yeah, it's all love." He's like,
that's what he's seeking. He's like, because when he was going through this, right, he received a whole lot of hate. We even, shoot him out. Yeah. Like, come on, dude, like, get your shit together and follow the rules and get on the football field.
Yeah.
But he's doing what he thinks is best for him, right? And
a lot of people for it, I guess.
A lot of people trying to bring him down.
Yeah.
And he's surrounding himself with a bunch of positivity to get ready for the season.
Yeah. And it looks like him and his teammates. There's good camaraderie between him and his teammates, right? Good chemistry. It looks like everybody's having a good time with him. And it looks like he's acclimating well with that team. So.
One more interesting thing I want to bring up is Jon Gruden, his son, showing him what was his name, Jason Gruden.
Jason Gruden, yeah.
He was training to be a pro fighter,
MMA fighter, looking like mixed martial arts. Apparently, he just graduated high school, and he's going to junior college in the Bay. Gruden said, but he really is passionate. He wants to become a professional fighter.
Right.
And Gruden's like, I'm all for it. He's like, we're going to support him fully, and Gruden was getting into it, man.
Yeah.
I like it.
And also, what was that thing that Gruden was doing where he was counting back?
He's counting from 100 down to 0
by threes?
By threes.
Can you do that?
It might not.
100, 97, 94, 91,
88,
88,
85,
85, 82.
79.
79.
See, I could do it, but I'm not sure I could do it that fast. He was doing it fast.
Yeah.
He was, like, not skipping a beat.
He was even yelling at his son as he's training.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, is that, like, a countdown for, like, how long you want to go or something? Like, I was like...
Can you do it?
Yeah. Let us know in the chat.
But anyway,
that was interesting.
Overall, this episode, it was okay.
Yeah.
Again, the bright points, once again, is Jon Gruden and Kabinda's mom.
Yes.
Awesome.
That's pretty much all this episode was really about. Now, they finally showed, I didn't want to throw this out there, they finally showed Max Crosby. They didn't talk about him at all last episode after they showed him 2 episodes ago break his hand in the preseason game. Finally showed him, they didn't even mention this, he had surgery on his finger and had like a shit ton of screws put in his finger. Like, why? That kind of irritated me. He had surgery. You didn't even talk about last episode until now. What the hell?
Oh, and then to Jon Gruden's son, Jason, the way they wrapped his hand or whatever. Yeah. Gruden was looking. He was like, "Hey, you know what? That could be good for Max."
Yeah, because apparently he got his cast taken off, and he could play if they get him.
He could put that cast on, and he was able to
still squeeze,
still grab, and stuff like that. And he even took a picture of his son's hand and sent it to Max.
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, overall, it's okay episode. I liked how they featured Gruden. I wanted to see more about him personally.
That was what it was all about, man.
Yeah.
Going into this season, I want to see Gruden.
Yep.
And that's what we've been getting. Yep. Next week is going to be the season finale. Roster cuts are coming.
Yes.
And it's going to be interesting.
Another thing, guys, and I know me and Josh have been shitting on pretty much Hard Knocks for not showing us Josh Jacobs. But we found out that he doesn't want to be on camera. He said he's staying away from the camera crew. He wants to just focus on football and not be distracted. Okay. So I respect it. I just want to throw that out there because we bitched about it last time on the last video.
Right.
So I'll throw that out there. Respect.
Yeah. Okay. So, guys, let us know what you think of episode 4 next week.
Let us know.
It's all over. Season finale. Come back. Join us. We're going to talk about the roster cuts that are going to happen. It's probably going to get emotional. Who's going to win the backup role?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Nathan Peterman? Is it going to be Mike Glenn? I know we'll know before the episode actually airs.
Yep.
But we're going to see how it all plays out on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
So come back with us next week. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for brand new. And we'll
hit that share button.
Keep it too sweet.
Bye.